Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Boomer Grounds podcast. I think we're on episode 43 now. It's been getting close to 1 year. Can you believe that? It's holy
Wow.
cow.
I can't. I'm
Yeah.
shocked.
It feels like it's always just been me and you, though. The other two seem to always be missing for some reason.
Well, I don't know. I don't know if you follow Miss Bowers on Instagram, but she has been posting her CrossFit journey.
Yeah, I have. I've seen
Um,
them.
I would, Bowers, I know you listened when you're not on here. So if you could do us a favor and for us old people, not post all of them at quadruple speed so that we can actually see what the hell it is you're doing, because she's doing these squats carrying like heavy things, but she's moving like rapidly back and forth. So I'm like, how, I have no idea and she'd be like, I'm getting my butt kicked again. I'm like, I have no clue because I have no concept of where you are with the
Yeah.
blurs going back and
I think
forth.
she's
So
like the one in the farthest back in that video I saw where she posted that.
okay,
4x.
so yeah, that would be my only critique. Is I'm like, I'd love to see what you're doing and understand it better, but you got to slow it down.
Yeah. Looks like she's doing squats, like standing up, holding a weight or something, going across the room or something. I was like, that's much more exercise than I can handle. Watching her is my exercise for the day.
There you go.
So what has been new with you this week, Howard?
Not too much. It is St. Patrick's Day,
Yeah.
so we're recording this on St. Patrick's Day. So as is fitting my culture, I do have a lovely and large glass of Jameson's whiskey over here.
Yeah.
So, but other than that, not too much. I tried to play Battlegrounds today.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a quick seventh and a sixth and 25 minutes of my life that was gone. I don't think I made it past. I don't think I made it to the second time warp in either game.
Oh wow, that's not good.
Yeah, I think we've reached that point in the season where it's late season and you either know what you're doing or you don't. And I do not have the dedication to try and get caught up and understand what I'm doing. So I was like, all right, that was fun. So, but yeah, just a lot of real life stuff going on right now on my end. So I haven't had a lot of time to stream and play, but when I have, I've been playing Slay the Spire, been doing a couple D&D streams. So life is good on this end. What about you, Mr. Terry?
I've been playing more Magic, still fully addicted. I ended up playing the Bucks tournament, a few of them on the weekend. Even
Oh,
though
the
I
one
was
you were
unsure.
thinking about.
Yeah, so I actually won one box, which was nice. I
Nice.
did 4 runs. I won one box. They sent me a form for the box, and my autofill didn't autofill it correctly, so they put like the wrong last name. So they're like, "Oh, can you do like a verification? Send in some documents for the verification." And they're like, "The names don't match." I'm like, "What? The names don't match?" They looked, is like, "Oh yes, Terry Player." I'm like, "Oh fuck." Oh god, I'm so done.
That's his professional name. That's what
Yeah,
that's what he goes
Player.
with.
I'm like, oh man. I'm like, hopefully this could get resolved pretty easily. But yeah, but suppose
Well,
it takes a while to ship.
I was gonna say you said there's people who've been waiting like a year for boxes, right? So this
Yeah,
you got time.
yeah. Well, I want to get like higher on the list though, on the shipment list.
Fair enough.
Although
Fair enough.
I heard like the boxes aren't selling that well because I know some other people that stream playing Magic were like, oh yeah, I'm not gonna bother playing this one because you get tax forms sent to you for every time for each box you win at like
You have to
full
pay the
retail.
taxes on it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then like you can't even sell it anywhere close to full retail, so they're like losing a bunch of money, and it's not really worthwhile for them to do that. Um, I've also been playing like a bunch of just ranked, and I've had like a horrible day playing ranked standard today. Yesterday night, right before we started our movie night, I was at rank 38. I'm like, okay, maybe I'll push, see if I get to the top 10. Yeah, I fell all the way down to like 1200 today.
Oh,
I think I'm back at like 700 or something right now, but like top 250 qualify for a month end tournament. My original plan was I'm just gonna camp at like 40 or whatever and just like,
yeah.
but I'm
Let it
like,
come to you.
yeah, but I'm like, I want to do dailies and stuff, and I just play while doing dailies. I'm like, I'm crushing everyone. It's all good, and then yeah, went on a massive losing streak. I'm just like, oh my god, why did I just camp? Why did I just play unranked where it didn't matter to do dailies?
You're a
And now,
competitor. What can you say?
and now I'm just like, fuck. Now I gotta try to get back up to the top, like to like top 100, so I could camp for the rest of the month and not feel all the regret for playing on ranked. Oh man, but yeah, but it was
Yeah.
really bad. Like last night. between movie night and when I went to bed, I dropped like, I don't know, 700 ranks or something. Dropped like
Oh,
700 or something. Then I woke up, started streaming. And at one point, fell down to like, yeah, 1200. I think I'm back up to like 700. I was just like, oh, the pain, the pain. It is real. I did stream some Battlegrounds yesterday. Uh, it was
how'd it
okay.
go?
Like, I think I climbed like 100 ranking points or something. Nothing too special. I did suffer an old man injury yesterday though.
Okay.
Somehow, while streaming, I managed to twist my ankle or do something to my ankle. I was streaming and then I went to get up. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with my ankle?
Were
I
you dating? Were you doing lunges like Bowers?
no, I just stood up. I'm like, oh my god, my ankle's so sore. I'm like, what the fuck happened? Right? Like we were like, it was like during movie night. I was like, okay, yeah, finish watching the movie. I get up to like end the stream and get the bed. Like I stand up. I'm like almost like fall over because my ankle's so sore. I'm like, what the hell just happened? I'm like, I have no idea what I did to like hurt my ankle. But I was just like in so much pain. I was like, okay, I gotta go take a hot bath to kind of like loosen it up a little. So I go to bed. And this morning it was still sore, so I like
I was just
wrapped
gonna
it.
say day after. Day after
Yeah,
is
so,
usually the big indicator.
yeah. So I wrapped it, took some Tylenol. I'm like, oh god, I'm like still kind of hobbling a little. I'm like, oh, I go. This is what happens when you get old. You're just sitting at the
Yeah,
computer playing some Magic, watching some Californication, and you just go and twist your ankle out of nowhere.
yeah,
Oh
that
my
happens.
god.
It happens. You know what? I forgot to tell one thing that is happening. I'm very excited for this Saturday.
Yeah.
We are going to New Haven, Connecticut for home of a Pete's. If you
Ooh.
like the Pete's, um, we are going to meet up with some old board gaming friends of ours and do some tabletop gaming at a game cafe up there. And I
Nice.
got an email yesterday. So the 10-second background is we used to go to this convention twice a year, and then COVID killed it. And you have to they use volunteers to be teachers slash judges to teach new games. And I used to teach 2 or 3 games every convention. One of the games we used to play was a game called Dice Town, which is just a poker dice variation. Um, and there was a kid there, I say kid, he's probably around my age, who was on the autism spectrum, who loved this game to death. Like the guy who organized it was like, he's already asking, are you going to teach Dice Town? Tell me you want to do it, because he's excited. Okay, blah, blah, blah. I'll do it. So every con I taught Dice Town. I got an email yesterday. He's coming to the gaming meetup in New Haven. And his first question for the organizers was, is Howard coming, and is he bringing Dice Town? And I said, you can tell him yes and yes, and I will be there by noon. And I got an email back like 20 minutes later saying he is thrilled. He says he will play with you at exactly 12:30. And I said, that's the most like person on the spectrum thing ever to schedule in advance. But we're very excited because this guy is just so excited to see me and play this one particular game. It's more about the game, but it's just a really nice feeling to say, it's been 6 years since we've done this, and this guy's still like, hey, wait a minute, are we playing Dice Town? So I'm very, very excited for that. We'll probably grab some pizza while we're up there too.
I mean, it sounds like a good time for Howard to gift this gentleman his copy of Dice Town so he could go enjoy and teach others.
Oh, he has it.
Oh,
He
okay.
has it. I part of me thinks he just can't find people to play it with him.
Oh, okay.
But the other part of it, me thinks like he just enjoys the atmosphere that I create with it, because I've worked in human services, so I kind of understand a little bit about limitations and engagement, things like that. So I'm not sure. Either way, if Dice Town was flowing, is Howard coming? Is there Dice Town? Yep, there will be both, and I am very excited to go and do it now. And you could not imagine the smile on my wife's face when I told him he's going to be there. She is
That's
so
awesome.
excited to go play Dice Town with this guy. So that'll be Saturday. I'll try to send you some pics of us playing Dice Town. It's a game you would enjoy. It's poker, but it's a variation. I think you would like Dice Town.
Let's get into some interesting Twitch topics for the week. The first being is that Rakai got banned again on Twitch for 30 days for leaking LaMelo Ball's number on stream.
The basketball player, LaMelo
Yeah,
Ball, right?
the basketball player. And this seems absolutely ridiculous. Like, we've seen what it takes to get banned on Twitch, and it's a lot.
Right,
And the length of terms that it you get for these bans is laughable. And
right,
banning someone for 30 days for leaking someone's phone number. It wasn't like he's like, oh, look, you guys want LaMelo Ball's number? Look, here it is, or something, you know? He was
mm-hmm.
like, he just got like a call or something, and it was LaMelo Ball, and it accidentally showed on stream. All right. Like, this seems ridiculous, the length of this ban. Like,
And
we've seen with, we've seen with
no,
like
right, sorry.
Lucari and Aspen Cartier,
Mm-hmm.
you know, you do like illegal activities, you show links to child porn, you beat your dog on stream, that gets you a month.
Right.
And but leaking a phone number, oh, that's as equally bad according to the eyes of Twitch.
And and again, it comes back to that same thing where the level of the streamer comes into play.
Yeah.
For example, while I'm sitting here, if I were to leak your phone number onto screen right now, I probably wouldn't even get called on it. But for them, they get a month. It's so. And by the way, if you haven't realized, I literally just wrote down 1 through 10. That's not Terry's phone number, just so you know. But
Maybe there's some ladies there that want it.
but it's another example of the bizarre. You know what? I've given up. I have given up on Twitch ever having the common sense of saying, yeah, we're going to do this the right way. So I 30 days for this, you beat your dog, you barely get a month. It's insane.
Yeah, like what I heard, I'm like, I can understand them if they like banned him for like a day or something, because
Right.
it's like a small offense. But like, this is, oh my god, the length is what got me. Right, like you hear people saying like atrocious shit on stream, they get nothing. And like Rakai is a pretty big streamer. Like I don't personally follow him, but he's like a big up and coming young streamer that they should be trying to like nurture to replace like Kai and all that, because like Kai's been on a hiatus. And this
Has
is
he
like the sad things
still
that
not streamed?
no, he hasn't. He said he might come back to play with AMP to do like a Fall Guys stream or something.
Oh,
But
I
he
do love a
hasn't
good
streamed.
game of Fall Guys.
Yeah, but he says he hasn't streamed in a while. Although I heard AMP just bought like a $10 million stream house, and he might go there to stream a little bit and do like another Mafia thon or something. But like,
Okay, so but just this is where the absurdity of it, and it's Kai. So
yeah.
you know what, he can get away with whatever the hell he wants in terms of this stuff. But I don't think you can go from a mafia-thon to 4 months off to another mafia-thon again.
Uh, I mean, the Mafia thon. Let's be real, was very entertaining, right? So like,
He does a great job. I'm just saying,
yeah,
you can't sit there and go, guys, I'll be back in 6 months to do the exact same thing again. So save your money.
yeah, but it's not like, yeah. I mean, if people enjoy it for that month or whatever he does it for, I mean, and they want to pay some money or to get subscriptions, I think that's fine, right?
Oh,
He
it's fine. I
provides a
just
lot of,
can't believe that's what
yeah,
you would do.
yeah. He provides a lot of entertainment for that duration though. So, and he puts a lot of work
His
into it. Like
yeah.
let's be fair, it's not like it's a low production effort. He hires a bunch of staff. He gets a lot of stars out for these things, and he puts effort into it. So like, if someone wants to donate, you know, subs to him, or people want to sub to him during that time, I mean, I think it's relatively reasonable.
I understand it's not illegal. I'm
Yeah.
just saying, if you're going to be a serious streamer kind of thing, you can't just go from one major event to one major event and just do 2 streams a year. You know what I mean? That's all I'm saying. I'm like, all of a sudden you become the Jerry Lewis telethon. You show
Yeah.
up for 1 weekend a year, you ask people for millions of dollars, and you say, I'll see you guys next year. But to your point, he is that big. He is that good at what he does.
Yeah.
You cannot argue that Kai Cenat does not do an amazing job on his streams, period.
Yeah.
At hard stop. The dude's amazing. By the way, I just want to point out, I put that fake phone number into your chat. and I immediately got a warning from Twitch that I might be violating terms of service by putting up personally identifiable information.
That's
It's
pretty funny.
1 through 10, folks. It's not a real phone number.
Oh,
I'll give his address next. You ready? It's 123 Fake Street in Springfield, comma, nowhere. 12345. There you go.
you should have said like Broadway or First Avenue or something, because there's like a Broadway and First Avenue in like every major city.
Every city. Not even major. My city is like the 12th largest in my state, and I have a Broadway and a First Avenue. So
Exactly. we have Broadway and First Avenue here too. So I don't know, every major city has a Broadway and a First Avenue. Okay. Probably the biggest story of the week was Niantic coming out and talking about the information they got from Pokemon Go, and that is being used. All the information that they grabbed while Pokemon Go was huge and popular is being fed into robot delivery. I mean, I think this is smart of Niantic. I mean, this is kind of how games can like monetize and other things monetize. Like I know, like Uber does this, and all the
yes.
other companies do that. It's all about the information, and it's smart of Niantic to like maybe this was their original plan all along, or maybe not. I mean, maybe the plan was just to sell the information to whoever wants to pay the most. But yeah, essentially they took all their information. Now it's going to be fed to some robot delivery, and I don't know. It definitely seems cool. I think robot delivery is like a good wave for the future.
So a couple of things on this. Number one, anybody who's like, I feel like my information was stolen, read your terms of service.
Yeah.
You want to complain about that stuff, then you got to read the 47 pages of legal mumbo jumbo that they give you at the start of your usage of their product. Number two, they stole images you took under their terms of service that were legal for them to take, and they're using it for AI because they couldn't get these images through, I don't know, Google Maps or satellite imaging. All you did was give them perspective at time of day. You gave them ground level inside of buildings, inside of monuments or near monuments at time of day that they could have gotten other ways. So I shook my head when Terry said maybe this was their plan all along. AI image generation was not what it was today when they started Pokemon Go, but I'm sure like somewhere in the last 5 years or so, they were like, we could use this data. But I do agree. They were gathering this data for some sort of monetary purpose. At some point, they were like, okay, all these images we're gathering, all these scans, we can monetize this somehow. And then AI became amazing. I'm sure you saw this week that NVIDIA has been teasing its DLSS 5.
No, I haven't seen that.
Okay. When you're done, go and look NVIDIA DLSS 5. It is literally taking gaming into the AI. It's taking images that you would program into a game and basically using AI to make them look a lot more realistic. So this has been the end game for as long as we've known AI was the future. Now, maybe they were that smart back then and they were like, okay, we're going to start gathering this data and it's going to be AI. But I'm not buying that. But they absolutely, I agree with you there. They're absolutely gathered this data thinking we're going to be able to monetize these images at some point. And and this is just the easy way that drove up to their door. But for anybody who sits there and goes, I feel like I was taken advantage of, these images could have been gotten a million ways for free. Yeah. So don't think this isn't about you or the fact you didn't find your Charizard. This is about their plan from the beginning. And honestly, I agree with your assessment. It is genius.
Yeah.
It is genius. Let me tell a 10-second story here. Way back in my card playing days, a set came out. We used to play Star Trek CCG. A set came out for the Voyager show. And I had a huge party at my house, like 15 players, all of which had ordered boxes. I was the box master. I had literally like 8 cases of this release in my living room. Cases, not just cases of boxes. People came over, blah, blah, blah. 4 hours later, everybody's gone, unwrapping, trading, blah, blah, blah. And there's a mess. And Howard, being the lazy asshole that he is, threw all the wrappers and boxes into the case boxes and chucked them off to the side. And when they got in the way, he chucked them into a closet. 6 months later, the guy who made the company who made the game, Decipher, announced a wrapper redeem. Every 100 wrappers got you this rare foil card they had never released. And all of a sudden, I'm like, and now I have 60 copies of this rare foil. So I literally did the right thing. I called my friends up. I'm like, you ordered 2 boxes, here's 2 copies. You ordered 2 boxes, here's 2 copies. And I still had like 20 copies left that I sold on eBay each for like $8 or $9 a pop. So gathering useless things sometimes, I'm not advocating for hoarding, but sometimes we look at things as useless, I'll deal with it later, but it turns out to be valuable. And I think that Niantic saw this. This data we're gathering is going to be valuable down the line, and good for them for doing it.
Yeah. So my thought wasn't about like AI image generation. It was more about like maybe like they're like 3D rendering like the full landscape, right? So they can understand where there's benches and all that stuff, so that the robotic system can move around a little easier when the delivery bots are going. Because like
And that's fair too.
Yeah, like even from like a Google Map image, like a lot of times it doesn't give you like the full on detail unless you're in like the full zoom mode of all like the little benches and chairs and planters and all that stuff. And I think all the information they gather from that is like perfect for like a 3D image rendering of like of the landscape. So if you need to send a robot, like okay, there's a curb here, so you can easily just like avoid it, go down to like where the ramp is and all that sort of stuff. Like
Yes.
it seems very smart of Niantic. I mean, it's also a good way for games to just like monetize afterwards. So like they don't need to just push all the costs onto us gamers because they have like an end goal of like taking the data and selling it.
I will tell you too, I was working at a minor league baseball park selling souvenirs back when Pokemon Go launched. And
Yeah.
my boss, who was a recent college grad, was a huge Pokemon guy, also a big Hearthstone guy. So hi, Greg. Hi, Greg. And we worked in a state in a ballpark. So there was actually there was a marker out in front, a statue out in front of our ballpark that was a Pokemon Go stop. And on quieter nights at the ballpark, he would stand right by the window and stand there and do arena battles. I'd be like, "What are you doing?" He'd be like, "Nothing." I'd be like, "Dude, we got to close up the shop." It's the end. No, I'm fine. I'll be there in a minute. He was doing Pokemon battles. So, and it was like 1 or 2 of those Pokestops inside our ballpark. So they already had imagery of the inside of the ballpark.
Yeah.
There was a tribute inside the ballpark that if you scanned it with the Pokemon Go, it gave you like energy or food or something like that. It gave you a reward. So it's not like these images were completely unknown. What we really did was give them more idea of what does that image look like at 3 p.m.
Yeah.
What does that image look like at 7 p.m.? So it does, and it's the same sort of thing. Like you said, that can be used for delivery purposes. That can be used for AI generation. There's a lot there. But at no point should anyone feel they were robbed in this situation, because this is what they told you they were going to do with the information from the get-go. So settle down. You got your Pokemon. You're all fine.
Yeah, you got like quite a few hours of entertainment. It was free to play.
Exercise? God forbid we all get exercise. We can't all be Bowers.
Yeah, exactly. I thought it was a very smart move by Niantic. I thought they were sold for some reason a while ago, but maybe I was confused. I thought they got sold a few years back, or maybe it was something else that they did.
Maybe.
For some reason, I thought they got sold, but maybe it was. Let me go look. Oh, they did sell it. It was sold.
And
Anyways,
look at that. They made a profit off of it.
yeah,
And what do you think? So when was it sold? Does it give a year?
it was sold last year, March 12th, 2025.
Last
Well,
year, in the
Scopely.
middle of the AI boom,
Yeah,
somebody went to Niantic and said, "You guys are for sale?" Yeah, and let me tell you, I got millions of digital images of
yeah,
shit all over the world at different times. And somebody said that's perfect for my data center, which is still driving up Howard Moon's costs for replacing his PC. I read an article on that today that even now MSI, the discount PC maker, is saying they're going to see an increase in prices and they're going to phase it in over 9 months. I'm like, really? You're going to make everybody rush out and buy a PC now because there'll be a little bit more next month, then a little bit more the month after that, then just a little bit more after that. So AI is killing me. It's useful. I think it's fantastic that it does its useful things, but it's driving up costs, and that is crazy to me.
yeah. It sold for 3.5 billion. So, to Scopely.
And what does Scopely do? That's familiar. They're another
Scopely,
gaming company, aren't they?
yeah, they do. They make. I know they make the Star Trek mobile game. Uh,
That's it.
and they do a bunch of other ones because I know I've done some sponsor streams of their games. Yeah, some Saudi Arabian company, I believe Scopely is.
Listen, in the last 40 to 50 years, international investors have been a lot more savvy, generally speaking, in my view and what I've seen, than North American investors. So if Middle Eastern investors, particularly Saudi Arabia, are putting money into it, it's probably a solid investment.
Yeah. All right. Another topic that came out this week was Pokimane talking about being a female streamer now and then 10 to 15 years ago. She was talking
I
about
saw
how
this.
yeah, this is really bad. She's like, oh, 10 to 15 years ago, if you were a girl gaming online, people would be so nice to you. They treated you so well. They would give you all sorts of free stuff. It makes me so sad that people nowadays just treat us normally and don't throw money at us in the same way they used to. I saw the video. I was just like, oh my God, this is what you really believe. She's sad there's more equality now and in the treatment of people and they're just not like, oh look, you're a girl gaming here, take all the money, take all the things. Oh my God, she seems very delusional when I saw this.
I don't want to call it delusional. It's a bubble. She's living
Okay.
inside a bubble, which is you could argue is the exact same thing, right? Just a
Yeah,
different terminology. Here's the reality. There is more equality and there are more women in streaming. That doesn't mean the chodes have gotten better. And that's what it is. There was, back then, 5, 10 years ago, oh my God, that girl's streaming. I'm going to throw her a gift. Maybe she'll write me a DM or something. They're starting to realize that they're not getting out of their mother's basement by marrying Pokimane. Okay. It's starting to occur to some of them. And now they're getting the same treatment that you or I would get on stream.
yeah,
And it's you mentioned the word delusional. It is. It's false for them to think that way. But the real delusion is in the guys that behave that way, that are like, oh, I'll send them gifts. I'll send them 50 subs. Maybe they'll send me a DM because I sent them like 25 subs and 6 months from now we'll be married like it's a fucking Disney movie. That's not real life. But there's a lot of people out there that still operate that way. And now Pokemon is starting to see what happens when people escape that or realize that that's not the case. And so, yes, part of it is that there's a lot more female streamers and we're trying to make it an even space for everybody. But a lot of it, too, is that the delusional basement dwellers or attic dwellers, I'm not going to tell you which level you have to live on, are starting to come out and say, wait, I sent them 50 subs and they're not marrying me? What the fuck is this shit? And that's a huge part of it. It's a lot of it is starting to realize that.
yeah. I mean, also there's probably a lot more dilution because of how many more female streamers there are. Like
Yes.
the the Sims like uh, back then there's very few females, so the big whale Sims would just be like all at her, and now there's
Mm-hmm.
a great deal, there's a lot more variety of girls you can simp for, and there's also things like OnlyFans, which suck a lot of the money out of the simp pool,
Great
right?
point.
Right, because you hear about how much money people make off the OnlyFans, and that was probably money that was like thrown at other girls that were online in different sort of capacities.
And I believe the OnlyFans kind of experiment is kind of similar to the Twitch experiment. There's a limited amount of dollars that go into these limited sites for limited streamers or content creators. So for every Amaranth, there's 7,000 people who never get more than 10 subs. I
Yeah,
get that. But when Twitch is your big thing as a gamer, and then all of a sudden OnlyFans, now you're dividing that that amount of money between two different sites.
yeah,
And now you've got Pokimane, who is really awesome at what she does, and she's sweet and she's nice, and I can send her gifts, or I can send the gifts to this lady in lingerie who's doing ASMR ear licking, and I can send her the money. Who am I more likely to get me? Who's more likely to get me out of my mom's basement?
neither.
Neither is the reality, but in some folks they will go that route. So yes, some diversification of sources is also a very very big factor.
Yeah, I think just the money. There's only so much money in that simp throwing well that
That's it.
it's diluted
I can
with the
throw
more and
five
more
hundred
people.
dollars at Pokimane, or I can throw 250 at this person, and then eventually, the next thing you know, 6 months later, it's all to that OnlyFans account, and I'm not throwing money to Pokimane anymore. And now all the simps are gone, and she's left with the trolls that we all deal with on a daily basis.
Exactly. All right. Other news. Supposedly there was a big ban of waves in Overwatch 2. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I assume this is all done like through like some sort of algorithm, because it was
Mm-hmm.
supposedly like 1,800 accounts they said got banned. And whenever there's going to be ban waves like this, there's always going to be some innocent people that got caught. And a bunch of people were complaining on the internet, oh no, I was never cheating. Please don't ban my account. It kind of sucks if you get caught in it, but like,
Mm-hmm.
there's bound to be some people that accidentally get caught in these sort of things. If you want them to be able to do these mass bans, you have to understand there will be casualties of people that get banned by accident. I mean, there have to be some sort of way to prove that you weren't cheating. But yeah,
So here's what I don't understand: how do you cheat in Overwatch?
I mean, I assume it's stuff like aim bots and other
Okay.
similar things. I know
Okay. So
aim.
using programs.
Yeah,
Got
so
it.
you're using some sort of secondary program, maybe for aiming or like running scripts or something that like cycle through your powers. Or I don't know. I don't play a lot of Overwatch. We've seen me play Overwatch a few times, and everyone was laughing about how awful I was at the game.
I've never tried Overwatch. I would be
Yeah,
terrible at it. People who have watched me play Star Rupture know I can't aim worth a damn. So yeah, it's bad. It reminds me of back when I was playing thousands of years ago. Pre World of Warcraft was a game called Star Wars Galaxies. It was an
yeah,
early MMORPG, and it was a Sony project, and Sony made it near impossible to get Jedi status. But as people played and started to figure out how you became a Jedi, and they figured out it took like 600 hours of gameplay, like some obscene number. I started writing macros. I'd get up in the morning at 6 a.m., start my macro. My dude would literally be crafting stuff to attune to the Force.
yeah,
And I would sit him down with all the stuff he needed. I would go to work. I'd come back, and boom, he's killed 8 hours off my time. And I'm like, I'm going to have this done this year. It's going to be all good. So I get it that there's people out there who use the bots to try and cheat the system. I didn't realize it was that prevalent in Overwatch. Um, with regards to the bans, yes, anytime you use an automated system to try and catch people doing the wrong things, you're gonna get innocent players caught up.
yeah.
It's gonna happen. But I mean, the question becomes, what's your percentage? 1,800 accounts banned. If
18,000.
18,000. 18,000 accounts banned. If it's a 1% turnaround, which would be like what, 180 accounts?
Yeah.
If it's 180 accounts that are legit and you're catching 17,000 plus accounts that are not, I'm okay with that. You got to have the appeal process. You got to be ready for it. But, I mean, it really depends on, to me, the effectiveness of the tool. And that's what we don't know. I mean, if it's 50-50, you're banning 18,000 and 9,000 are realistic accounts, then your tool sucks, man.
Yeah, I
Your
mean,
tool's bad.
in the article, this said it definitely felt like the games were more legitimate when people were playing. So I mean, it was noticeable to the players that a bunch of the bot or the hacking accounts were kicked off. So obviously, if that's the case, the percentage should be relatively high, at least probably at the higher elo, I would assume.
But you are
I don't think
never
anyone's
going to
hacking low
right.
elo.
You are never going to endeavor to do something like this and not make mistakes.
Yeah, exactly.
So if your percentage is in the 90s, I'm fine with it. You just need to have a way to get those folks who are accidentally caught up in it back up to normal. And at the end of the day, that level of integrity is gonna sustain your game much more than the short-term losses of like 50 people who you pissed off.
Exactly. Like, people were probably like up in arms, like, Blizzard, do something about all these hackers, and they finally do something, and you kind of have to expect there's going to be people caught, in collateral damage.
Yep.
And as long as they nail a majority of them, that's all that they can hope for, right? And as long as there's a reasonable appeal process, and it's not just like, you're banned, sorry, we're not going to let you appeal, right? Then it's what you should expect.
Yeah, not to go political here, but in the USA right now, we have a lot of issues politically. And I'm talking to a lot of people who voted for the leopards will eat your face party. And now are screaming, oh my God, the leopards are eating my face. You cannot ask, oh, we have too many bots. You got to do something about the bots. Okay, we'll do something about the bots. You just banned me. Well, it looks like you're using bots. You can't, there's going to be an adjustment there. And it's the political example is very easy right now in the US because it's everywhere. Every day I'm talking to somebody who's like, I didn't think this was going to happen when I voted for X, Y, or Z. And I'm like, they literally told you this is what we're going to do. And now you're pissed off that they did. Well, I didn't think they were going to do it to me. Okay, well, that's your problem, bro. I don't know what to tell you. Political rant's over, guys. We're back to the base. Back to the base.
Last piece of news that came out: Valve getting sued again.
Oh, here we freaking go.
This time,
I got a little whiskey left. Go for it.
This one's for Counter-Strike 2. Essentially, it's calling it gambling because they give everyone all these loot boxes, and the only way to open these loot boxes is pay money to try to
with the key.
To pay money for the keys, and then it gives us the illusion of like almost getting what you want. It got filed in says here U.S. District Court for the Western District of Washington. I assume that means Washington State, or
yes,
okay, not Washington D.C.
It would have to specify D.C.
Oh, okay, so yeah, in the Washington State. Yeah, it looks like a big class action lawsuit is probably going to happen. That's like a slot machine. It's like billions of dollars have come into Valve through this. Yeah, over Counter-Strike. I mean, I could see it. Like, it seems these type of loot boxes are in a lot of games nowadays.
Oh yeah, because they make money.
Yeah, they get the kids addicted. And for only $2.49, you get to open up this box and spin the wheel and see what you get.
So my first problem with this is that they're saying they target kids. Okay, fair enough. Kids don't have credit cards.
They have mommy and daddy's credit card, though, which is even more of a problem.
That's my first point. So Tessa walks into the room right now and goes, Dad, can I have your credit card? Your first reaction is, here you go, sweetie. Don't overuse it. No. What the hell do you want with it? Why do you want this? I'll do it. But what? That's responsible parenting, and I know that's what happens in the Zhang household. There are too many. Oh, I'll save the data so you don't have to ask me again. What is wrong with you? Do not save your credit card data on somewhere they can access. The kids these days are way smarter than we were growing up. My 4-year-old nephew knew how to get by my brother's Netflix password, and he was 4. I was sitting next to him on the couch one day, and I was babysitting. The car's heading up the driveway, and he goes, "Oops, I'm not supposed to be watching this." And he starts swiping out of the iPad so he can log out and get away with it clean. They're smarter than we were. But people just sit there and go, "Here's the credit card." And then all of a sudden they're like, "Why do I have $250 worth of charges?"
I mean, a lot of the things, especially like Google Play and Apple Store, have all the credit card information all like pre-saved, and they charge without the parents' knowledge. Right?
That's a problem.
Yeah, because I know my nephew did this to my stepmom and charged up like $500 worth of some in-game items, and she's got the credit card charged on the next month. And she's like, "What the fuck is this? Why did I get charged $500 from Apple?" and yeah, they figured out that they had the credit card like saved on his account, and he just went like, "Oh look, I can buy all this stuff. It's free. You just got to push these button." I charged. Like,
it doesn't cost me anything.
Exactly.
I push a button, and all of a sudden I've got keys. I don't care what happens in the back end. I have no idea what that even means.
Yeah.
You know, that use your parental controls. You want to go after somebody, go after the card companies that let you save the data without that kind of control in place. And all of them are going to sit there and go, "Well, we have parental controls. You opted out." Yeah. So stop being lazy and do this. And listen, we've had this conversation before on this podcast. Variable interval reinforcement to be exact, is the most effective form of reinforcement. And it is exactly what they use in things like slot machines. At some point, this is going to pay off, but no one knows how long it's going to be. Sometimes they pay out twice in a row. Sometimes it's weeks. Whatever the system is set up to, that's what loot boxes are. They're variable interval reinforcement. We know this as adults. The kids don't. So put the controls in place. You cannot blame Steam. Not to mention, why is it Steam's problem if a developer is doing this?
I'm not sure. I assume that they own the rights to some of those games, or like some of the games are only available on Steam.
If Steam is profiting off of it directly, like on a microtransaction level, okay, go after Steam. But your real issue is with the card companies that let you save this info, the games that do this. And at the bottom of the line is, you can't be an absentee parent in these systems and just hand somebody a PS5 controller and say, "Just don't spend all my money." That's not how it works these days. And kids aren't going to understand that. You have to monitor it. And you can't punish guys like me or Terry who might want to buy. Look at the Hearthstone. Hearthstone did this exact same thing with the Dark Moon Fair prizes, right? Yeah. How much money? Let me ask you a question. I'm confident in the answer, so I don't think I'm disclosing anything here. How much money, personal money, not free credits or anything like that, how much money have you spent on the 4 or 5 different Dark Moon fairs that have come across?
0.
My number is exactly the same, because we see the glitz and lights and we sit there and go, "We don't need that cosmetic," and we move on. Kids can't do that in some stages. So you have to be a parent and restrict the access. So this isn't Steam's fault. They're going to make money the way they can make money. It's not illegal for them to offer these boxes. I'm not saying it's okay for kids to spend $250 on loot boxes, but aren't you blaming the wrong person for it?
I mean, it's not always just kids that are targeted, though. I mean, there's lots of people that have gambling addictions that are just like, I need it. Credit card. And they rack up debt. I mean, this is very common.
You're right.
In like other things, such as like gambling in general. Like you definitely see this with like online gambling and people that rack up like thousands or hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt Just like, okay, I see Drake playing on stake. I see him winning big. I want to play on stake. Let's go. Let's gamble, gamble, gamble. And then, their life fortunes are gone. So I think it's
Rooms
not
of
necessarily
control
just targeting
people.
kids. Yeah.
This is literally psychology.
Yeah.
Oh, there's rats chasing in a maze, blah, 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 blah. This is what we know from psychology. Random interval reinforcement is the strongest form of reinforcement. It's why they use it in casinos, in like slot machines and things like that, is because it is the strongest form of reinforcement. We can't be upset when they apply it to like gaming. We can't. We have to be smarter and set limits and stick to them. And listen, I'm as guilty as anybody. You put me on a cruise boat and put 2 scotches in me, and all of a sudden I'm at the crat table and I'm like, I'm only gonna lose $100. $300 later, I'm walking back to the room and I'm like, how am I explaining this to my wife? That's not really true because I always win. I'm good at calculating craps odds. That's my game.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
But
it.
well,
You have a system.
that I will tell you guys all my system. My system is to find the person who knows what the hell they're doing, stand next to them, and just emulate what they're doing. Because any place you go, if you're standing next to an experienced craps player, you'll get there. And I've been lucky to be able to identify. That's my real skill, is identifying the guy at the table who knows what they're doing. And it's usually a little old lady, because craps is totally, pardon if this sounds sexist, it's mostly men that play craps. So if a little old lady strolls up and puts $100 on the table, I'm watching her for a couple of rounds, and if all of a sudden she's got $300 or $400, I'm following her bets.
Yeah.
She puts $10 on 9, I'm putting $10 on 9, and that's my real secret. It's just follow the person who knows what they looks like, what they know what they're doing.
I mean, I think the biggest problem with these sort of things is that they just give you the boxes and then charge you
Yeah.
for the key after. If they didn't give you the box in the inventory, and like you can only just go and like buy the boxes in the store, I would have
Mm-hmm.
no issue with it. Because I know when I played DC Universe Online, one of the things they came out to monetize, they came out with special Promethean boxes where you can open it up
Yep.
for special skins, and you can only open, you had to get like keys or whatever to unlock each one.
Yep.
And they would just take up inventory slots, and every time you open your inventory, you're like, open me. It's like
Yep.
the one ring calling out to you. Right? So like I think that's the issue that I have with these sort of things. Like if they didn't just like shove it in your face and just have it so that like, it calls out to you every time you want to open up your inventory, then it wouldn't be a problem. Like if you just want to go to the store, you're like, okay, I want to go and try to get an epic skin for Counter Strike. I go into the store. I'm like, okay, I want to buy 10 boxes and let's let it rip to see if I get one. I think it'll be a very very different thing than just like always just looking at it and be like, okay, well, these are just kind of dead slots that I'm never going to open. I'm just going to look at it the whole time and be like, what if? What if? That's the main problem for me. Like, if it's
I
just in
think
the
that's a fantastic point.
yeah, I think if it's just in the store and you want to go rip them, I mean, go to the store and rip them. That's fine, right? You know what you're getting. You're not just being like pushed into it psychologically. Like this is something I can't get unless I spend the money.
I think that's a fantastic point. Um, so for those who don't know what the boxes we're talking about, the boxes are awarded in gameplay. So you can have all these boxes, but to open them, you have to buy the keys.
Yeah,
So to Terry's point, you could sit there and look all of a sudden, oh, I've been playing this game, I've been loving it, and I have 50 boxes, but I got no way to open those 50 boxes. But you know what? There's a deal right now, 50 keys for $99.99. I can go and buy a bunch of keys at a discount, and they're normally $2.50, but that's only $2 a key. I'm gonna go do it. It's the same sort of idea, like when you buy like packs of Hearthstone,
yeah,
right? Except they're not dangling it in your face. There's nothing that logs in when you log into Hearthstone and says, "Oh, new sets now available." It doesn't sit there and go, "You have 100 packs waiting for you if you buy these keys." It's a
yeah,
little bit. So I will agree with that. It's a little more insidious in that method. Yes.
yeah. That's my major problem with it. I mean, they want to monetize with this sort of way. It's just cosmetics, and at the end of the day, it's not like anything game breaking. All those cosmetics can be very expensive from what I remember hearing about, especially in Counter Strike. But like,
And that's
it's
the
just
thing. These are
cosmetics.
cosmetics. These aren't things. This isn't a battle pass that gives you a free reroll to start a battlegrounds game.
Yeah.
This is, oh, you have a shiny knife. Really?
I mean, some of those shiny knives are worth like tens of thousands of dollars.
But I mean, it's the same thing with any sort of craze, though, right? Like I saw a piece a couple of weeks ago on Labubus.
Yeah.
It's a real life equivalent. Like people are like buying Labubus up, hoping to find that one rare one. Blah blah. Blah. Guys, no, it's you're not pulling the Pokemon card that gets sold by one of the Paul brothers for millions of dollars. It's just not happening. Could it happen? Yes, but the odds are astronomical. You're better off buying a lottery ticket.
I mean,
You
it's like
know,
the same thing with sports cars, right? It's a very similar thing. Like the prices of sports cars have become astronomical, and they're all in like the chase for like the one of one Cooper flag auto or something.
yeah, and I get that. And I've told this story on this podcast before. I've been to the National Sports Card Collectors Convention here in North America on 3 separate occasions. Every time I have pulled something that I have resold that show. Every single trip, because they all do. Oh, buy 10 packs of tops and you'll get this limited edition card that's only available at the show. And then a week later, you see that card's going for $50 on eBay because there's only 1,000 copies of it, et cetera, et cetera. So I participate in those things. Every time I've done those pack opens, I've pulled something that I've resold before I left. I haven't made thousands of dollars doing it. I saw a guy pull a one of one Gretzky that had a piece of his stick and his last game jersey in it. Okay, that's amazing. But I've pulled cards that I was like, "What is this worth something?" And a dealer would go, "Yeah, I'll give you $60 for it right now. It's going to retail for about 100." Okay, done. Pays for my packs. But the reality is that's not happening all that often. That's
Exactly.
not the standard. My brother thinks I have some sort of voodoo curse on me or something because I go to him with all these times and he pulls a guy who's a minor leaguer who's never sniffed in that bat. But I pull, what was it? The last one I pulled was it was a silk. God, the guy from the Angels. I'm drawing a blank on him. It was a silk screen 6 of 10 of one of the power hitters from the Anaheim Angels. And the dude was like immediately was like, "Oh yeah, you're gonna have a lot of interest in that." And 15 minutes later, I had a dealer making me offers, and I did the right thing. I walked around a bunch of different dealers and I found the best deal. But it happens there, but it doesn't happen all the time. There's a luck involved in it, so don't blow your money out. Mike Trout, that's it.
All
It's
right.
exactly what it was. Mike Trout. And it's don't blow a whole ton of money doing it because you're not going to hit those all the time. It's rare. I don't go in there and saying I got to buy these cards so I can find something to resell. I buy them because I want to participate in the redemption and the card is cool. The last one, by the way, the last one I got, ready for this, it was the hottest card on the market that year. It was a rare reprint variable of Robert Griffin III rookie card.
Ooh. I mean, he's coming back to relevance. He's like on TV now, right?
It's worth like $1.33. It's worth like $1.33. So, so thank God I pulled something worth of value out of there because I remember it was like $60 worth of cards I bought and I ended up selling the card for $60. I'm like, all right, that's a wash. So, but guys, the odds of finding that lightning in a bottle is so small, whether it's baseball cards or Funko Pops or Labubu. It's so rare. Do it because you love it. Do it because you want to do it. Do it because you want to support the company. Don't do it because you think this is the box that's going to send my kid to college.
That belief of sending the kid to college drives a lot of industries now.
And that's the problem, right? That's the problem. Like, could it happen? Sure. Will it happen? Probably not.
Yeah. I mean, like, just look at how many people buy lottery tickets every drawing.
I do. I buy lottery when it gets up to like tonight's lotto drawing is $950 million. I'm going to buy a ticket. Hell, in my state now, you can buy the ticket on your phone.
Oh, nice.
I'll buy the freaking. I'm sitting there and I'm watching Lotto Mania has swept the area, and I'm like, okay, there goes another $10 of my money right there. We're
I'm
all
gonna get
set.
Howard to buy me some tickets next time Powerball is over $1 billion.
I can buy Powerball and Mega Millions completely legally in my state.
All right,
And I will
perfect.
screenshot and send it to you so you know what you've got.
Perfect. Perfect. Mega Millions. And then we can all retire together and we'll buy some gated community and we all live in there. We could,
Streamer house, baby.
that's right. We could do the podcast live.
I'll live in this dang streamer house. We used to do football Fig Nuts live. We used to back before the pandemic, we recorded that live,
Yeah.
which was a pain in the ass when we would do like the preview episodes and there would be 4 of us in the booth. Oh my
Yeah.
god. But yeah,
I
but
mean,
we used to do those live. It was fun.
just organizing a place and time for everyone is usually a giant pain in the ass for anything, especially when it comes to like football leagues and just getting people in general to meet up at a certain time. Always a pain in the ass.
And one of my contributors just told us last week he's moving to North Carolina at the end of April. So the live meetups probably aren't happening after that.
I think that's most of the topics we got for discussion. Was there anything else that you saw that you might want to talk about?
No, I think we're good. We covered a lot today. For a week where the last couple of weeks I feel like the news has been a little slower, but a little bit it's allowed us to spend a little more time talking about stuff, which is always fun. And I drank an entire whiskey, so I'm good. Yeah.
There's one other thing. A
What's that?
streamer called Irby was banned on Twitch. He was broadcasting himself in a dog cage, and for like a subathon, and chat could donate and do punishments for him. But he's only banned for one day. I remember seeing this on.
What?
I remember seeing this listed. I would just happen to go back to X and it showed this to me. I'll copy the link and send this to you right now.
So question, what term of service did he violate that got him this?
I think it's the no self harm sort of thing.
Oh my lord, he's not even wearing a shirt.
You could donate like $10 to extend the time by an hour, and there's all sorts of weird donate.
Look at the timer.
I know.
Okay, so you guys can't see this. The timer is that 61 days?
No, I think it's 6. Maybe I don't know.
But there's 4 sets of numbers there with colons in between. Maybe it's 61 hours, 49 minutes, and 16.05 seconds. Maybe. But the way I'm reading this, he's got 61 days in this cage.
Yeah. Supposedly he didn't even make that much money. Supposedly when they banned him, he only made like $1,000 or something. He's been live for like a day and a half.
And this guy's got to put on a shirt. You know, listen, as a man, there are some of us who can go shirtless, and there are some of us, because of how nature made us, that we can't. And this man's on the should not go list. I'm just saying. He should put on a shirt.
The photo is quite amazing, though. I'm gonna have to admit, the photo that they have.
His facial expression, which is somewhat hard to see, but it looks like he's in pain. Like, what are you doing?
Reading Twitch chat or something.
I'll give him this. If you're looking at the picture, because Terry's put it in his chat, if you're looking, and we'll put it in the comment section when we post the episode. If you're looking at the picture, at least he brought water in. He's hydrating, so good for him there.
Food there too. It looks like too.
Yeah, like some sort of snack there. I don't know, that bag looks like it might be. You got to leave the cage to go to the washroom, but you know, if you're dedicated to the bit, you have somebody who's timing you and says, "All right, every 4 hours you can come out of the wash. You can come out and go to the washroom." In which case, I would be soiling myself because I can't go an hour without running to the bathroom these days. So,
anyways, I remember seeing that. I didn't put it on the thing. I just flipped over to it, and I thought it was pretty funny.
That is wild.
Yeah, look at we got called out pod here. We haven't gone too off the rails today.
It's St. Patrick's Day. I'm off the rails. Sorry, guys.
No. Normally, last week we were like off the rails talking about all sorts of other stuff last week.
Hey, but listen, the fast food conversation was really good last week.
And the face tattoo.
And the face tattoo, which I will still do for the right bidder. Just saying.
We just got to get a charity stream enough money to get Howard a nice face tattoo. Just have Boomer Grounds written on his forehead.
It ain't going to be cheap, folks, but I would do it for the right price.
It sounds good. Thank you, everyone, for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe and leave all the comments and all that sort of stuff. And we will see you all next week. Have a good week, everyone. Bye
Have a great
bye.
one, guys.